What's up, Marvel fans? Hold on to your seats because what we're about to dive into is gonna blow your mind. If you thought Robert Downey Jr. was done with the MCU after his iconic run as Tony Stark Iron Man, think again. But before that, guys, a small request, please subscribe our channel and help us reach 1,000 subscribers milestone. In recent few days, our channel algorithm is going down. Humble request, please subscribe, like and comments on videos. Help us get on top. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so where were we? Yeah. Word on the street is that RDJ might just be stepping into a completely new and unexpected role as none other than Doctor Doom. Yes, you heard that right. Iron Man himself is rumored to become one of the most infamous villains in Marvel history. But wait, that's not the most jaw-dropping part. Brace yourselves, because the Scarlet Witch is making a comeback in Avengers DOOMSDAY, and she might just be teaming up with Doctor Doom. Yes, the same Wanda Maximoff we saw go dark in Multiverse of Madness. If that's not enough to make you lose your mind, stick around because we've got some major Marvel secrets and comic lore to unravel today. Okay, enough with the suspense. Let's break this down. You're not going to want to miss any of this. Trust me. We're about to go deep into the MCU's next big move, and there are twists and turns that'll have you second-guessing everything you thought you knew. Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom? Here's why it could happen first. Let's talk about Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU, but not as Iron Man. After Avengers Endgame, it seemed like we had seen the last of Tony Stark. RDJ's portrayal of Iron Man is legendary. He's been the heart and soul of the MCU for over a decade. But what if I told you that instead of being done with the MCU, Downey might be replacing one of Marvel's most notorious villains? That's right, Doctor Doom. Now I know what you're thinking. That's crazy. How could Tony Stark become Doctor Doom? But stay with me here. The rumors surrounding RDJ's potential transformation into Doom are gaining serious traction, and it's not just wishful thinking from fans. Inside sources and credible scoops are pointing toward a massive shift for the MCU, and a character like Doom fits perfectly into the multiverse madness we've been dealing with post-Endgame. Doctor Doom is a master of science and magic, a formidable foe with a complex moral code, and one of Marvel's most iconic villains, and maybe even anti-heroes. Doom has also been a figure tied deeply to the fate of the multiverse, which, as we know, is about to become a major plot thread in the MCU. But here's the kicker. Not only could RDJ be stepping into the shoes of Victor Von Doom, but Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch herself, might be aligning with him in a way we've never seen before. So, where does this leave the MCU? Let's explore this mind-blowing potential. Marvel has been very cagey about Wanda's future after the events of Multiverse of Madness, where Wanda became a tragic villain, consumed by her grief and her desire to reunite with her children, Billy and Tommy. We saw her destroy the Illuminati in another universe, and that wasn't even the worst of it. The real question on fans' minds was, is Wanda done for good? After all, she seemingly sacrificed herself in the finale of Multiverse of Madness. But here's the thing. Marvel is not known for burying its characters without a reason. Recently, Marvel dropped a huge Easter egg in Agatha, Coven of Chaos, the upcoming spin-off starring Kathryn Hahn as Agatha Harkness, when they hinted at Wanda's return. They teased her son Billy's powers, which are eerily similar to his mother's reality warping abilities. And if you paid attention to the dialogue between Agatha and Billy in WandaVision, you'll remember Agatha's cryptic line about Wanda. Is the Scarlet Witch really dead? Yes. No? Maybe? Marvel isn't the kind of studio to leave such a major character arc unresolved without some grand plans ahead. So, it's safe to assume Wanda is not finished yet, and it seems she's coming back with a bang in Avengers DOOMSDAY, the Doctor Doom and Scarlet Witch connection in the comic. Okay, so now we get to the juicy part. Wanda and Doctor Doom have an extensive history in the comics, and it might just blow your mind. In the comics, there was a storyline where Doctor Doom and Wanda Maximoff were not only allies, but they were actually on the verge of getting married. Yes, you read that right. They had a romantic relationship that was a key part of an intricate plot that involved Doom trying to save the multiverse and Wanda's children being reincarnated. It's a complicated, wild ride, and it looks like the MCU could be setting up something similar. The storyline in the comics that this alludes to is called the Children's Crusade, and it revolves around Doom's desire to stop the multiverse from collapsing. Something he does because he believes that he's the only one with the power to save it. During this arc, Wanda's twin sons, Billy and Tommy, are reincarnated, and they go on a journey to find their mother. But of course, it's never that simple. Doom's involvement and manipulation in this entire situation make things even more complicated. In the comics, Doom is one of the most powerful sorcerers in the universe, rivaling even Doctor Strange, and he eventually becomes deeply involved with Wanda. At first, he uses her powers for his own goals, many of which involve trying to stabilize the multiverse. But along the way, Doom and Wanda's relationship becomes more personal. Doom develops genuine feelings for Wanda, and even though their romance is turbulent, to say the least, Wanda comes to care for him too. But here's the twist. Wanda loses her memory, and when she's found by her sons, she doesn't remember her past, her connection to Doom, the entire destruction of her world. Everything. Now imagine this scenario in the MCU. In Avengers DOOMSDAY, Wanda could be reintroduced as someone who doesn't remember her past, or who's trying to clean up the mess she made in the multiverse. Dr. Doom, the ultimate villain and anti-hero, could be the one who helps her figure it all out, and this could lead to her allying with him. There's no doubt that this setup opens the door for Wanda to become a key player in the battle to save or destroy the multiverse. And with Dr. Doom leading the charge, things could get interesting. Some fans might be upset at the thought of Wanda continuing down a villainous path. After all, she was already a villain in Multiverse of Madness. But here's the thing. The MCU has a history of redeeming complex characters. Take Loki, for example. He started as one of the most hated villains, but by the time Loki ended, he was a hero in his own right. So it's very possible that Wanda could undergo a similar journey, starting as a villain, but ultimately choosing the right side. Her alliance with Doom could begin with her trying to fix the damage she caused during her previous chaotic journey, especially considering the fallout from her use of the Darkhold and her involvement in multiversal incursions. Wanda could easily find herself questioning her actions and feeling responsible for the chaos that's ensued, especially if Doom is presenting himself as someone who has the knowledge to fix everything. However, there's also the potential that Wanda might be led astray again by Doom's promises, much like we saw her turn dark in Multiverse of Madness. The allure of bringing her children back, or finding a way to fix the broken multiverse, could push her down a dangerous path again. So while they may team up, it's not a given that Wanda will be on the good side. Okay, let's talk about the romantic angle. As much as fans may not want to admit it, there's a chemistry in the comics between Dr. Doom and Wanda Maximoff. And the MCU is notorious for taking bold, creative risks with character relationships. Just look at how they handled the Thor and Loki dynamic, or how WandaVision redefined Wanda's character. Imagine this. Wanda, still mourning the loss of her family, finds comfort and understanding in Doom, who, despite his many flaws, genuinely loves her. The MCU could easily play this storyline as a slow-burn romance, adding another layer of complexity to both characters. However, it's important to note that in the comics, even though Wanda and Doom have feelings for each other, their relationship ultimately doesn't end well. Doom's obsession with power and his refusal to give up the life force, an ultimate power source, leads to their split. So it's entirely possible that the MCU could go down this route as well, offering us a tragic romance that eventually tears both characters apart. Please go ahead and let me know your thoughts about that in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe.